मैं थोड़ा हरजाप तो हरेक मंडे 7 बजे तुसीं तो मैं आपस में गल्लां करांगे साडी कम्यूनिटी दियां साडे बच्चों दियां साडे बाहर रहिंदे NRIयां दियां साडे देश दियां तो जो अजकल दे इशू हैगे सानू अफेक्ट करदे उन्हां दियां So let's talk with Harjap.
Welcome to the program. जिस तरह तुहानू पता मंडे का प्रोग्राम असीं इमीग्रेशन बारे नहीं कोई गल्लां करी दियां असीं करी दियां कम्यूनिटी वाले प्रोग्राम जिहदे विच तुहानू कोई जानकारी मिले तुहानू कोई ज्ञान मिले तुहानू कोई नॉलेज मिले या फिर कोई इदां दा प्रोग्राम जिहदे नाल साडे वीरां दी असीं कोई सपोर्ट करिए साडे भैणां दी कोई सपोर्ट करिए कोई इदां दे इशूज़ जो कि तुहाडे नाल रलदे मिलदे होण तुहाडे नाल एसोसीएटेड होण ताकि तुहानू भी कुछ शो दे फायदा मिले कम्यूनिटी का मतलब यही होंदा एक सांझ होंदी है जिथे असीं इकट्ठे होके एक दूजे तो चीज़ां सीखिए एंड अज का जो एक्सपीरियंस है वो भी सीखने का ही है लर्निंग का एक्सपीरियंस है जिस तरह तुहानू फ्राइडे दस्से सी कि मैं वेरी ऑनर्ड कि मेरे नाल 2 जो गेस्ट आए हैं कि उन्होंने एक एक्सीबिशन लाया है रल मिल के सारे ने एंड ऑन साढ़े हरमंदर साहब से द गोल्डन टैंपल से जो कि सेंट्रल लंडन में काफ़ी सक्सैसफुली चल रहा है तो जिहदे असीं जानकारी देवांगे इसलिए उहदे बारे गल करते करते नाले तुहानू भी ज्ञान देवांगे तुहानू नॉलेज देवांगे तुहानू ये चीज़ां दिखावांगे कि कुछ चीज़ां तो की मिलता सीखण नूं जिस तरह मैं खुद गया तो मैनू मिले सीखण नूं मैं जाके आया एक्सीबिशन में देख के आया बहुत वधिया लगी एंड उत्थे चीज़ां मिलण नूं मिलियां देखण नूं मिलियां जो साडा टूर गाइड सीगा उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी तरह सानू चीज़ां समझाइयां वो उस एक इतिहास दी चीज़ां सीगियां जो शायद असीं कदे अपनी लाइफ टाइम में तो कदे भी नहीं देखे होने पर शायद 3-4 पीढ़ियां ने भी कदे नहीं देखिया होंगे अपनी लाइफ टाइम में बट ये बहुत एक नवेकली चीज़ है कि एक इदां दी एक्सीबिशन हो रही है इस तो पहला किसी समा गवाइए मैं चाहना कि मैं अपने गेस्टां नूं इंट्रोड्यूस करा एक तो दविंदर सिंह टूर एंड दूजा हरबख्श सिंह ग्रेवाल So पहला सत श्री अकाल and thank you very much for coming on the show.
No, you're welcome, very welcome.
And now first of all tell us about your exhibition and what it is and why you do it.
Well, we're putting on an exhibition on the Golden Temple because we are part of the UK Punjab Heritage Association.
Okay. Which is what?
It's a voluntary group, mainly of UK second generation Punjabis who are passionate about our heritage, our religion and our culture, and we want to promote it to the world. We want to show the world what we've got.
Does your group preserve culture then, or what do you actually do? Go about buying bits of history?
We do go about buying bits of history. Individual members such as Davinder do that.
Okay.
We've got, all of us are in one way or another, we're all researchers.
Okay.
Our main researcher has given up his day job to do this work. He's dedicating his life to this.
So it's a full-time job for him?
It's a full-time, mainly unpaid job for him.
Oh, right.
And I've been working for the last year and a half on this exhibition, similar ways, just to give something back.
How long has it taken to prepare this exhibition?
Well, if you look at the exhibition itself, it's since the idea was conceived, it's been about 1.5 years to actually get the exhibition off the ground and to yeah, that's the exhibition. But in terms of research, the research behind the sort of foundations of it, we sort of calculate that between a group of 4 or 5 of us, we've probably collectively done about 100 years worth of research. That's how much time we spent in terms of finding these pieces and objects and pictures, tracking them down and doing the research so that actually we're in a position where we've got this information to present.
Now, so why would someone padhya likhya, and because you're actually telling me you're actually an optician, so why would you be doing this, going hunting down pieces of history or trying to snap up items here or there, spending so much time like this?
Yeah, well, I was actually doing this before I became an optician, so this happened first, and then I had to get a degree in
that's right,
and then show my mum.
And then the parents said,
I'm not totally useless, but I actually started when I was 19. The V&A did an exhibition. I'm not sure there's an Arts of the Sikh Kingdoms exhibition back in 1999.
Right, okay.
It was a major exhibition at the time, and my cousin Bhangal Singh, who's the main curator of this exhibition, he himself and another chap called Amandeep Madra were really pioneers at that time in researching Sikh history and Sikh material heritage, and they were very much responsible for helping the V&A get the exhibition off the ground. And he signed me up to become a volunteer and said, look, don't waste your summer holidays, and get down to the V&A, and my job was actually to usher people in and tell them which way the exhibition was. And I went there and kind of became inspired, really. It was the first time that I had seen artefacts, Sikh Punjabi artefacts on display anywhere. I didn't really know they existed. And after that, basically, I started to look and research, and for me, it's a passion, really, to find such artefacts.
Amazing, because ਜਿਹੜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ these artifacts, ਨਾ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ what type of artifacts do you look for? ਕਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੱਭਦੇ, ਕੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ available in the market, ਜਾਂ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ, what type of things?
Well, in the exhibition, we've got private collections that are on display for the very first time.
Right.
And in amongst those are objects such as the earliest known photographs of the Sikhs and the Golden Temple. You've got the finest paintings of the time, the earliest painting of the Golden Temple. And then with also...
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ earliest painting Golden Temple ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ
in
the exhibition.
Brilliant.
And ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ photo ਹਰਮੰਦਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈ?
That's right. So for example, photography comes to India in 1840. And the earliest known photograph until somebody discovers another one. Research continues. It dates 1856.
1885 ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ photo ਖਿੱਚੀ ਗਈ.
That's right. And there's jewellery relating to Maharaja Ranjit Singh and directly linked to Sikh courts, and Rani Jindal, for example. There's arms and armour from the period.
Shastar, ਕਾਫੀ
That's right.
ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਸ਼ਸਤਰ.
Some of them with known provenance belonging to Maharajas of Punjab. So a number of different artefacts.
I think I saw sword Maharaj Patiale ਦੀ.
That's right.
So you've got a sword.
That's right.
ਤਲਵਾਰ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ.
That's right.
ਤਲਵਾਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਨਾਮ ਲਿਖਿਓ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ.
That's right.
With a blessing as well on it.
That's right. Yeah. The motto for the Sikhs, the way you recognise Sikh arms, is that often they're inscribed with it says Akal Sahai, so may the immortal one protect.
Yeah.
They don't have the name. So for example, your sword say Akal Sahai Harjap Singh.
Yeah.
And that's how you'd recognise Sikh arms and arms.
Why ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ have you put this on display? ਤੁਸੀਂ display ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਕੀਤਾ? Why not? Why have you lot decided to do it? Why not just let the V&A display it or something like this?
Well, as Davinder said, 1999 was the first major exhibition ever in the world.
That's right.
On something Sikh related.
Right.
But since 1999, there's been nothing.
Nothing at all?
There's been nothing.
Achha.
Anywhere in the whole world. No one's doing anything. And so, as Davinder said, we've got 100 years of research between us as a group.
Yeah.
And we've got some of the world's most incredible, rare, beautiful, well-preserved artefacts, but collected by people like Davinder. So what's the point in keeping them to ourselves? What's the point of keeping everything close to our chest and not showing anyone else? We want to show people.
Well, yeah, I mean, just to add to that, I am not the only collector lending to the exhibition.
Right.
There's a small group of us, most of us London-based.
You mean there's more people like you?
Yeah,
looking for...
That's right. I mean, it really is a passion for people like myself, and sort of, I suppose you can call it a bit of an addiction in a way, hopefully a good one. But discovering art and searching for it and chasing it and researching it and finding it is immensely sort of rewarding. But the exhibition, what it does for the first time, it pulls together objects from people's private collections. So there's no exhibits on display that have been seen before.
Yeah.
Nothing that's been borrowed from a museum.
Okay.
Here you get a chance.
No government-owned things and stuff like that.
That's right. No. Here you private. Here you get a chance pretty much to walk into sort of collector's living room and see objects that wouldn't normally be on display.
But also what you get a narrative, you get a story, because this is us doing it, telling our own story.
Yeah.
If you went to the V&A exhibition, it was very nice, very, very informative, but it wasn't clearly about the Sikh Empire.
No one can explain it in the way that perhaps you lot can.
Yeah.
And that's what I found as well.
Yeah, we can tell our own story and we can give people a narrative. So we put all these objects together, but they tell a story about Sikh history and about the Golden Temple's history.
ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ? What's the oldest thing you've got there?
Okay, the oldest thing in the exhibition is a manuscript dated to 1743. So there's a, and this is interesting because the reason why
300 years.
The reason why Sikh art is so scarce is because the art comes around when the community has money, when there's safety, when the kings arrive, you can give it patronage. And that period for the Sikhs is pretty much from 1800 to about 1850. So there's about 50 years when the majority of Sikh art is produced. To find something, an object which is from the mid-1700s is remarkable because in the mid-1700s, there was no sort of Sikh history. The Sikhs were almost facing extinction. They were coming into conflict with the Afghans and the Mughals. And to find something that survives from that time, when the Sikhs didn't necessarily have that money, the kingdoms weren't yet established, is remarkable. This is a Janamsakhi, an illustrated manuscript, which basically it's a chronicle of Guru Nanak's travels.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji ne Janam Sakhi.
That's right.
Okay.
And in some wonderful condition, in 67 episodes, 67 illustrations that accompany each story. You know, most people won't realise that Guru Nanak was one of the most well-travelled men on foot in history. He travelled about 25,000 kilometres. You know, went north to Tibet, south to Sri Lanka, east to Bengal. He went to the Middle East. And these are collections. One of the earliest collections of
few animals.
Where is it from as well? It's from
Kabul.
It's from Kabul. It's not even from India. So yeah, followers.
You've got this from Kabul.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So we don't know who commissioned this Janamsakhi, who had it made, but what we do know is that it originated from Kabul.
So and we know that the gurus had followers everywhere.
So that proves it, I suppose, yeah. So the Guruji's had followers in Kabul.
Yeah.
And then must have, well, yeah, obviously, and for someone to have done that, yeah, must have.
That's amazing. What have you learned? ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਲੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸਿੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਹਰੇਕ has something got something to teach you. Has everything got something to teach you?
Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to have got our individual experiences. Do you want to go first? Or?
I think one thing it's taught us is just how broad the message of the gurus was. You know, because we've got objects from Kabul, and we've got we've relearned our own history in terms of the Golden Temple's history and how it was open to everyone. How there were Muslim musicians who used to play in the Golden Temple up until partition. How it had these 4 doors open to everyone. So it's kind of retelling that story that Sikhi was open and is open to everyone. For me, that's one of the things that comes out of the exhibition.
What like you said, everything perhaps tells a story and everything has a... Do you think that this stuff needs to be brought out into the open so we can learn from it? And why hasn't this stuff come out to light before? ਇਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਆ ਇਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਮੂਹਰੇ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਲੈਕਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਆਏ? Why hasn't it come out?
Yeah, I mean, to answer the first part of that question, there's definitely something to be learned from these objects. And like Harbakhsh was saying, you know, what's really coming out throughout this exhibition and from the people who have come in to visit the exhibition when we discuss the objects is this inclusive message. This inclusive message, which we can all learn from in this day and age in particular, of the gurus, you know, about bringing people together. It wasn't necessarily about distinctions and different paths. It was about looking at this sort of deeper truth that lies in all faiths and about bringing these groups of people together. And that comes across in the art. That comes across through art, that comes across through literature of the time and through the images, the photographs from the time. So there definitely is a reward in sort of doing this research. The reason why it hasn't come to light beforehand, you know, the primary reason is really that many people probably would not be aware of its existence. And, you know, we're in a fantastic place at the moment in London.
Right.
You know, London is a centre of the Indian and Islamic art market, and it's a great place to be able to find such art.
I wouldn't think that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it really is the centre of it, and you know, most of this art exists outside of India. You know, due to the nature of the sort of British Raj in India, many things have been taken out over the last few hundred years. And in a way it's a positive because for us, you know, the reason why we're able to discover them is because they have been preserved outside of India and now we can discover, research and share. So most people probably wouldn't aware that these objects actually existed. So a lot of it's ignorance really.
Right, what we're going to do, we're going to go to a break and afterwards we're going to talk facts and figures with you. We're going to talk about costs and how art's an expensive business. ਹੋਰ ਨਾ ਲੋਕ ਸਮਝਣ ਕਿ ਆ ਜੀ ਪਏ ਲੱਭੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲੋਫਟਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਤੇ which we'll talk about your adventures and where you found the weirdest places where you found something, you know, the most expensive thing you've seen at auction, and we're going to talk about the special model that you've had made in your exhibition, which is amazing, which we saw, and what actually you've seen now and how history tells us about things that are changing and evolving. We'll talk about all about that. Filhal, ਅਸੀਂ ਜਲੇ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹਰਜਾਪ ਤੇ ਹਰੇਕ ਮੰਡੇ 7 ਵਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀਆਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ। So let's talk with Harjap.